The night the trouble began, the tiniest mouse in the granary, Whisk, found a rope dangling from a wooden beam and thought, "Oh, what a perfect thing to chew." And that's the hook of our story. One small nibble that set off a far bigger storm. At first, the rope was just a curiosity. It swung gently in the cool draught, smelling of old straw and dust. Whisk's whiskers twitched with excitement. In a place where danger lurked in every shadow, a rope seemed harmless fun. He scampered up a cracked barrel, braced his little paws and bit down. The fibres tasted earthy, worn, and oddly satisfying. With each chew, Whisk felt braver, stronger, like he was claiming a tiny piece of the world. He didn't notice the faint creak overhead. He didn't see the knot loosening, strand by strand. All he knew was that for once he wasn't running from owls or humans or the bigger mice who hogged the crumbs. For once, Whisk was doing something bold. Then, a heavy thump shook the granary. Dust exploded into the air, barrels rattled. The old beam groaned like a waking giant. Whisk froze, heart pounding so hard he could feel it in his tail. At the centre of the room lay a basket. His basket. The one the farmer used to lower fresh grains from the loft each week. The one tied to that rope. Whisk crept forward, dread curling through his chest. The basket lay on its side, cracked open. Grain. Beautiful, golden grain spilled across the floor like treasure scattered by a careless king. And then came the sound he feared most, footsteps. The farmer's lantern glow slid across the floor, catching the mess, catching the broken rope, catching every single piece of Whisk's mistake. The farmer muttered, annoyed but tired. Rope snapped, must have been weak. He scooped up what little grain he could, shook his head and walked away. But Whisk didn't move, not until the lantern light faded. He stood at the ruins of his own foolishness, realizing what he had truly chewed through wasn't just rope, it was his lifeline. No basket meant no lowered grain. No lowered grain meant scarcity, hunger, for every mouse in the granary, including him. For a long moment, Whisk trembled. Shame pressed down on him like the heavy beam above. But then, slowly, he squared his tiny shoulders. If he had caused the disaster, he would fix it. By sunrise, Whisk returned with fibres he gathered from every corner of the granary, twine, straw, threads from forgotten sacks. His paws shook, but he wove, he knotted, he tightened, he rebuilt. And for the first time, Whisk understood. Bravery wasn't chewing recklessly in the dark. Bravery was facing the harm you caused and choosing to mend it. When the farmer returned later, puzzled to find the rope miraculously good as new, Whisk hid in the rafters, exhausted but proud. Below him, the basket rose again, and with it, hope. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share and subscribe to help the channel grow.